Okay, tutorial for the passing. I'm going to take you through this with introduction, verse 1, chorus, and then verse 2 is the same as verse 1. The chorus is the same as the first chorus, it just ends, the song ends just ever so slightly differently at the end, that's all. But it's what, 4, 8, 11, 17 chords, which really are not that difficult because there's just slight changes, adding on fingers, dropping fingers off, that's all. I'll go through it one bit at a time. I'll start with the introduction, I'll play it through, and then I'll just go through it slowly. So it's standard tuning, there's no capo on this. So right, introduction. Right, the introduction forms the build up to the chorus as well, actually. So I'll go through this. We've got the chords are all listed in the description, so you'll be able to pick them up from there. So I won't talk through them because it'll take me long enough to describe all the picky bits. But we've got an A, so you start with an A, and then move on to a C add 9, a G6, a D, then you add your pinky to form a Dsus 4. Then remove your bottom finger from the top string to form a let me see now, a Dsus. So that what it starts as is the A. It's like down strums, but sort of half strums as well. So C add 9, and then what I do with the C add 9 is G6, all down strums, so the A is quite simple, C add 9, G6 all down strums. Now you get to the D, you're doing the same as what you would do with the C add 9, you're adding a little bit more to it. Then you add your pinky to the top string, 3rd fret. Then release. Then release your finger from the top string on the 2nd fret to form the Dsus. And then before you finish, you just add it back on for 1 and release for 1. So I'll play that through again. Okay, it's quite straightforward. It's all down to how you want to strum it, but there's no right or wrong way for me. That's how you feel about it. There's no strumming patterns or anything like that to it. But play with that. That's the intro. It's quite straightforward, really. Right, into verse 1. Again, I'll play it through, and then I'll come back and show you how I actually play it myself. So. And that's it, you do that 3 times. So the way I play it is this: you start off with an A minor, and you play the A minor, and then what you're doing is you're adding your finger onto the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and then you're releasing it, and then you're releasing this finger to form an Asus, is that an Asus2? Something like that, I think. Can't see for looking. I think it's an Asus2. So what are you playing it is like this. So start off with the A minors, add the pinky, release the pinky, then release the finger from the second string on the first fret, and then again, same as your intro on the D, where you add the finger back on for one, you do the same with this. So I'll play that through. Yeah, do that slowly. So A minor, add the pinky, release, yeah, so A minor, add the pinky, release your index. Yeah, so that's the sort of pattern you're playing to that, and it's the same with the C as well, which is what you move on to next. So I'll play that one through. And then same with the C. And you're playing off the same strings as well, second string with this pinky on the third, this finger on the first fret, second string as well. So I tend to leave the same form of the C as I do the AM. You don't have to take that finger off as you play this one, it just becomes dead in the background if you like, because you're going to need it again as soon as you take it back off. So I tend to leave them on, so you keep the shapes and just add the pinky and release it. So that's the A and the C, and then you move on to the is it the G, C, so C chord, then you move on to the G6 for it sees you, it feels you. So it's and all you're doing with the G6 is again, finger on that second fret, and as soon as you play it, then you release it, and then you're adding it back on. So and then same again at the end as what you did with the D and the AA and the C. You're just adding it back on again. So back to the A minor, repeat that. So you're going through that sequence 3 times. That'll complete your verse 1, and then when you finish with your G6 again, you're going back to your introduction chords, which is what I showed you before, which is as the wind blows across your face, the smile lights up this magical place. Exactly the same as your intro. And then you're moving on to your C, which is you do the same as what you do in the verse. So apart from you're not releasing this one this time, you're just playing with this string, the second string, 3rd fret. So then you move on to the Asus 2. Again, you're hammering on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. And the strumming you can play exactly how you feel, as though it suits the song, if you like. Then you move up to an E, which is just changing as you play it. It starts off, I got the E shape, but I had the finger behind that on the 4th string, because you're going to need it. It looks a bit daft, but you need that, so you're playing. That's how it goes. So you start off with the E shape, then you move the finger off the 5th string down to the 4th string, then you release that finger, and then you release the finger off the first fret, just leave the one finger on, which is I think it's A major 7. So you play it through, it's E. Now that chord there, I don't know the name of it, but basically it's the finger's positioning is 3rd string 2nd fret, 5th string 2nd fret, and then 1st fret 4th string. So you go from an E, release the finger, release the finger. So that's how you do it, and it plays through. And then you repeat, go back to your your C chord. Again, it's straightforward really, it's not too difficult, it's just taking fingers off and putting fingers on, and it's quite easy once you get the hang of it. So once you've played that through, I think it's twice you play that through. So you've got your God is smiling, it's view from up high now, which is then you go to an A7, then you slide this finger over to the next fret up on the 2nd string. So an A7, slide across just so you drop onto the 3rd fret on the same string. And then you're going for a Cadd9 onto a G6, playing the G6 like you did throughout the verse 1, which is and that's that part. And so that's your chorus, that's your verse, introduction, verse, chorus, and then you're back into another verse, which is the same as what I showed you before. Back into another chorus, which is exactly the same. Now the only difference with that one is that when you get to the very end, in the original I think I played through 4 times, but now I've changed it actually, because I think 3 times is enough. So what I've done is, to end it, I've gone with once you finish with it, keep on the G6, release, add it back on, breathe, it steals you away. And what I do is, I did play that 4 times. I think I had it sees you, it feels you, it breathes you and steals you away. But I've changed that, I just broke it down to feels you, breathes you, steals you away. I think it fits better. So that's the ending, and it's the same ending as what you do for the chorus, but you're only playing 2 of them, breathes you, steals you, and then you're back into verse 2. But that's about it really. It's just the little hammer-ons and take-offs and that, and just a bit of practice, that's all. But I think I've gone on long enough, so I hope you got the gist of it enough to do it. I'll put the lyrics and chords into the description like I said, and have a crack. Cheers, see ya.